Hello and welcome to High Voltage Engineering. Today we'll be discussing on conduction and breakdown in gases. This will be the second part of module 1. From the previous class, we are continuing with the different processes of ionization. Today we'll be talking about secondary ionization process. Secondary ionization processes by which secondary electrons are produced are the one which sustain a discharge after it is established due to ionization by collision and photoionization. Secondary ionization is nothing but the process of creating secondary electron after the collision and photoionization process. They are briefly described below. They are of three types. One is electron emission due to positive ion impact, electron emission due to photons, and electron emission due to metastable and neutral atoms. Electron emission due to positive ion impact. Positive ions are formed due to ionization by collision or by photoionization, and being positively charged, they travel towards the cathode. A positive ion approaching a metallic cathode can cause emission of electrons from the cathode by giving up its kinetic energy on impact. If the total energy of the positive ion, namely the sum of its kinetic energy and the ionization energy, is greater than twice the work function of the metal, then one electron will be ejected and the second electron will neutralize the ion. The probability of this process is measured as gamma I, which is called the Townsend secondary ionization coefficient, due to positive ions, and is defined as net yield of electrons per incident positive ion. Gamma I increases with ion velocity and depends on the kind of gas and electrons and electrode material used. Now we'll talk about electron emission due to photons. To cause an electron to escape from the metal, it should be given enough energy to overcome the surface potential barrier. The energy can also be supplied in the form of a photon of ultraviolet light or suitable frequency. The electron emission from the metal surface occurs at a critical condition. The critical condition is given as H into nu is more than phi, where phi is the work function of the metallic electrode and frequency nu is given by the relationship nu equal to phi by h. It is also known as the threshold frequency. For a clean nickel surface with phi equal to 4.5 eV, the threshold frequency will be that corresponding to the wavelength of 2755 Armstrong. If the incident radiation has a greater frequency than the threshold frequency, then the excess energy goes partly as kinetic energy of the emitted electrons and partly to heat surface of the electrode. Since phi is typically a few electron volts, the threshold frequency lies in the far ultraviolet region of the electromagnetic radiation spectrum. Next we'll talk about electron emission due to metastable and neutral atoms. A metastable atom or molecule is an excited particle whose lifetime is very large, that is 10 to the power minus 3 seconds, compared to the lifetime of ordinary particles, 10 to the power minus 8 seconds. Electrons can be ejected from the metal surface by the impact of excited, that is metastable atoms, provided that their total energy is sufficient to overcome the work function. This process is most easily observed with metastable atoms because the lifetime of other excited state is too short for them to reach the cathode and cause electron emission unless they originate very near to the cathode surface. Therefore, the yield can also be large, nearly 100% of the interaction of the excited helium atom with a clean surface of molybdenum, nickel or magnesium. Neutral atom in the ground state also gives rise to secondary electron emission if their kinetic energy is high, that is almost 1000 eV. At low energies, the yield is considerably less. So in this method of electron emission, the electron is dislodged with the use of heavy, big particles. Okay, we are called the metastable or neutral atoms. So we have seen there are three different processes of ionization or secondary ionization process which occurs after the primary ionization. The primary ionization occurs via collision photoionization, right? So this is the end of this lecture. In the next lecture we will talk about a different theory on gaseous ionization called the Townsend's process. So this is the end of the lecture. Thank you.